Professional IGP. Greetings from the state of Global Professional IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till end. Honorable Knowledge Seeker, today I am your host for the meeting. My name is Vadun Das. I am from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seeker, I am proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is Social and ISRFI International Educational and Training Institute. In last years, we already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus profession and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professional is an educational institute that provides social work globally recognized and reportable. We serve student community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one skill just by offering formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate profession generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, internationally to students, job seekers, job holder, and also for learners, the respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminar courses, award, quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like create own portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and well knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge, which can update all day. Kids learning game, website, free course, convert sites, and many more. We help empower you to learn to meet their expectation and even become highly skilled people. We implement several training program, webinar, and offline online courses for youth and learner by professional trainer, speaker, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kind of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the state of global professional. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and we serve them with good research and practice method. We must have a genuine concern for the learner we present. More diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. IGP members are committed to offering effective best quality service and continual improvement so that individual who seek information can improve their skill level and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Moving to the next, with your continuous support. You already completed 2000 webinars successfully. Moving to the next, with your continuous support. You already completed 2000 webinars successfully. Dear IGP speaker, participant, and well-wisher, at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We change and design our website www.edioigp.com. On this website, we have surprise for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account logged in, you cannot enjoy our service. So create an account for us with profile information. Note that with profile information, you'll enjoy our feature with mismatch that you cannot do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We replace slide. You have to join directly on our website. Now I can check all of our previous webinars with verified certificate. Now it's easier and time oriented because after the session, we will not provide you any code for certification. You have to take part in one. After that, if you pass, you will receive your certificate. Otherwise, not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you're an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate, speakership certificate. If you're a host of IGP, you can download the certificate of gratitude. If you're an online live quiz competition winner, you can download a certificate of participation. If you're selected for lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participate in any award function which organizes combined support with IGP, you can download that also. You can stay prepared and download 18 types of certificate from our website within a minute. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Influence in the Pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge, Certificate of Social Activities in the Pandemic, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Campaign 2020, 2021, and 2022, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1, Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2, Teaching Learning Foreign Language and Assessment. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3, Digital Classroom Engagement Tool, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5, the new trend in education. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5, Upskill Knowledge Leadership and Manager Skills, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 6, Trend and Innovation in Mathematics Education. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 7, Research Comprehension Approach, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 8, Art in Teaching a Special Program in the Arts, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 9, 21st Century Tool in Teaching Mathematics, Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador, Certificate of IGP Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1000 plus international level course with verified certificate. Teaching tips for teacher, health tips for parents, health tips for teens, vacation tools for teacher. You can join IGP alumni. You can check out our previous student services website for free and many more. Dear IGP Welvisher, we promised previously, but lack of technical problem, we are late sending on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous condition to solve all issue from our website. Now I can manually set password everything. You can check out the for all webinar details. It's a cordial request to check out button and pages on our website. She will like and say you will be benefited. Thank you, but note that without an account or logged in, you cannot enjoy our service. At present, we are going to start our 2001 webinar, which name is Student Behavior Management. And today our speaker ma'am name is Tahani Fayaz Yasin. She is from Lebanon. Before I hand over the stage to our speaker, ma'am, I'll share a very little bit about her. Teacher of Mathematics and Science, Coordinator of Mathematics, Education, Consultant and Trainee, Lebanon. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Hello, ma'am. Good evening. Ma'am, I can't hear you.
Yes, hello everyone. I'm going to start presenting for you the workshop about student behavioral management. I'm a mathematics coordinator and an educational trainer and consultant. Hello everyone. Is my screen clear? Because I cannot, when I open my screen, I'm not going to be able to see the comments. So you're going to be reading the
Ma'am,
comments
share
from
the
your.
presentation.
Yes. Now, is it clear?
No, ma'am, please make it fully. Yes, ma'am. Now it's clear.
Okay, so we're going to start talking about the art of student behavioral management. How can we manage their behaviors according to their personality and so on? So let me start first by giving you a minute to read this quote. Okay, it's from Alfie Khan. It's from Alfie Kohn. It's the quote is talking about how to treat the students and how to think about the relations that you're gonna be building with them. So it's about when we are strict with them, but at the same time we're friendly with them. So here's Alfie Kohn says that discipline without relationship is manipulation. Relationship without discipline is indulgence. The combination of two is love. Please remember this quote. Okay, so when we are Alfie John, by the way, he's an American author and lecturer in the areas of education, parenting, and human behavior. So he used to discuss how to treat the human according to the behavior, how and so on, especially in the classroom. Okay, so let me start first by talking about Skinner's theory. Does anyone have an idea of Skinner's theory? I'm gonna give you a few seconds just to try to think about it and to read the slide in front of you. Before I'm gonna tell you that Skinner is an American psychologist. He's a behaviorist, he's an inventor and social philosopher. He is the father of behaviorism. He used to talk about the stimulus actions that happens with the students in the classroom, which provokes and evokes a response, a specific response from the student in the classroom according to what happened to him, maybe with the teacher, maybe with the whatever the environment is about. He believed that the student behavior could be reshaped through the use of reinforcements. Okay, so this behavioral psychologist Skinner, he's talking about the learning theory according the behavioralism according hidden stimulus. How can it evoke the response? And how this response is related to what has happened before. So this makes us always think that, and please keep this in your mind, that whenever a student behave in a specific way, before after we observe this, what shall be done? Shall we go back to directly shall we go back to the root cause behind this action, or shall we continue by finding a solution without coming back to the stimulus which provoked that action? So basically, this is what we're going to be talking about within the student behavioral management. Uh, it's brief, it's not big. It discusses the benefits of managing his behavior in the classroom, the challenges that we might be facing, and the approaches to be able to reach this behavioral management. What tools can we be using, and what are the real life scenarios? We're going to be taking some real life scenarios on these, and we're going to be discussing them. Okay. So hopefully you're gonna like the workshop. Please, if you have any comment and if you need to ask me anything, you can ask me, and I'm gonna be answering. But I cannot see the comments, so they're gonna be reading for me. All right. Now, before we start, I will give you 1 second to try to think about uh, this question. Okay, let me give you a second. Think about it. I'm gonna come. All right. So, sorry. Okay. So here we have two classrooms, as you can see in front of you. As you can see, that we have two different types of classrooms that we're gonna be having. They may be engaging and or talkative students. So here, if you look on these both of them, you're gonna see that. Uh, when we have just a quiet classroom like the traditional teaching, in this quiet classroom your students are not engaged with you. And if you think about it, when the student is just a passive learning and just sitting around over here just listening, he's not gonna be engaging. So you have to always make them, for example, pause and think. You have to always make them engage. You have to create activities. You have to make them talk together. In my opinion, there are strategies that we can follow and we can make in order to make our class in the class in my classroom, in order to make the students engage discussing. Maybe I can create debates, maybe I can ask for their ideas, I can ask the other students what they think of his idea, and so on. These all will make me have a talkative class, but in an effective way. I for sure don't mean here talkative class in a negative way. My classroom, for example, I'm a coordinator. Coordinator. When I go to observe to do my observations in classrooms, I don't like the class which is quiet, where students are just sitting around and writing. No, I love students to participate. I love them to create activities together, to support cooperative learning between them, collaboration between them, communication between them. This all will lead us to have discussions in the classroom, so we are engaging them. And when we are doing this, we're going to be having this noisy but healthy classroom. Okay. So at first, before I start, to let you engage a little bit, you can write for me on the chat bottom, whatever you want, according to what do you see in this. Okay. So here I just want you to think about it. You can jot down the notes in front of you or write them in the chat bottom, telling me what does the first figure represent for you, and the second figure, and the third figure. Please, mom, if you can, madam, if you can read for me answers, if anyone answers on the chat bottom. If no, we're gonna continue explaining them. Okay. So here I want you to look at this first page picture. What is the teacher doing? What do you see the students having? Do you think they're having fun? Do you think they're enjoying the teaching process? Yes or no? And about the second one, what can we see? Do they seem happy? Do we see a specific definition for the relationship between the teacher and the students? Are they having group work, for example? And in the third figure, how can you see the class? Are the students engaged? Are they sharing ideas? Are they using, for example, technology? Are they happy? Are they happily learning? And so on. Okay. So hope you wrote now down your notes. Let's check. In the first figure, we see that we have improved learning experience, where I recommend this. The digital learning is in progress. As you can see in front of you, the students are using their laptops. Okay, and you have digital learning here. They are sitting in groups. Maybe they're sharing together their ideas and they are happily learning. So here I am enhancing the academic performance for them. In the second picture, if you look at it, we have stronger student relationships. So here relationship between the teacher and the student is healthy, and between even the students together is healthy. So this, when you create group work between them, you're managing their interaction with each other, and you are giving them the chance to have stronger relationship together. And as you can see in the third figure, I see the students learning in a happy way, and they are engaged, they are sharing their ideas, they are participating, they have maybe the motivation, and this also enhances their engagement. So as you can see that whenever you are thinking of student behavioral management in the classroom, this will lead to positive impacts, to positive behavior, to positive learning environment. All right. So here we're gonna I want you to think, not right now, if you want to share it you can share it, but I want you to think of some challenges that you may face in the classroom. Okay, these challenges may be problems with a specific student behavior. These challenges may be with problems with the student themselves. I need you please to write them down, problems, one or two problems that you have been facing in your classroom on a piece of paper. And I prefer that you share us this so we can go through discussion by the end of the workshop if you would like to. All right. So let me give you a minute. You can write down even how did you behave. Okay. And why did you behave like that? Did you go back to the root cause? For example, bullying students, were they bullying each other and so on. All right. Okay. Here, before we go to the problems that you shared or that you wrote down, we're going to start solving the first question. So I need you here, I need to minimize this a little bit. So I need you here to read the question and to try to write me the answers on the chat bottom. And madam, if you're still with me, please read the answers for me. All right. So here, I want you to think about it because I cannot read any of the comments, neither on YouTube nor on Facebook. Okay? Yeah. What is the first step in addressing student behavior after you observe it? After observing this behavior in the student, what do you do? Do you try to find the cause? Do you directly punish? Do you ignore the behavior that the student has done? Or do you directly report this to the principal or to the HODs? Okay. So I need you to think when you have a problem, do you go back to try to find the root cause, or do you directly give a punishment, or do you ignore the behavior of the student, or do you report the behavior directly to the principal? Well, to be honest with you, it's preferable that we try to find the root cause behind this behavior. Because even if I have a problem and I directly find a solution for it, this solution is not going to be permanent. And this behavior might come back again and again and again. So when we try to check what is the root behavior behind this, this will help me to try to identify it, solve the problem, the initial problem, and then go back to solving the impact of the problem that had happened. So in my opinion, it's better to always identify the underlying cause behind the option or behind the problem or behind the conflict or behind the challenge that I have in the classroom before I try to solve it. And the second question, how can teachers support students to behave more productively? For teachers to support their students to behave more productively, what we should do as teachers? Should we impose strict rules, or ignore the behavior again, or understand the cause and provide support to our kids in the classroom, or involve parents directly in this process? Shall we directly talk to the parents? So I need you to think of what behavior do you take in such cases. Do you directly go to the rules? Do you ignore the behavior? Do you understand the main cause and then provide support for the student? Or do you involve the parents directly? Okay. So it's better to to understand the cause behind the behavior, as I said in the previous question, and then provide support. And when I provide support, for example, if someone comes to me and telling me he's been being bullied, I need to find out why is he being bullied, and why is and why is he being bullied, what is the cause of this, and why is the other boy as well bullying him. And in most cases, for example, in bullying, the problem comes from the bullier, boy being bullied, because most of the times the bullier has problems and he needs mm, to show himself, maybe by just bullying others and so on. So basically, here in question number two, it's by understanding the cause and providing support. In question three, what is an effective way to handle class interruptions? Please write your answers in the chat bottoms, okay? So, what is an effective way to handle the class interruptions from the kids inside the classroom? Do we directly punish the whole class? Some teachers, when they hear a lot of noise in the classroom, they just said, "Okay, session has stopped. I'm not gonna be doing this." Or for example, you're punished. You're gonna be having an exam tomorrow without me explaining for you the concept and so on. So, is this a healthy solution, or do we ignore the interruptions? Do we address them individually, or do we hold a class meeting to discuss the issue? So please write A, B, C, or D on the platform that you are watching from. Now, in my opinion, the effective way to handle the class interruptions is to address them individually. But after you address them individually, I need to talk about them later on with the classmates and with all of them. So, so that this is not going to be repeated by another student and so on. So, for example, if whenever I talk, someone interrupts me, or someone shouts, or someone, I don't know, interrupts his friends in a way that it's not handled anymore, and I need to find this issue. First, I start by talking to the student individually, alone, and trying to find the root cause behind it, and then finding a solution with him. And in my opinion, it's very important. If this is happening from more than one, it means that I have problem in managing the class. I need to hold a class meeting and I need to discuss the issue with the students inside my classroom. Now, the last question, what is the best way to put the rules? In traditional teaching, we used to prepare the rules at home as teachers, and then we go to the class and we give these rules to the student and tell them, okay, now you have these rules and you have to follow them. I don't like that way. It's not healthy to do it that way. They're not going to be listening to the rules in that way. So, what do we do? Do we dictate the rules for the students? Or, for example, I give them like 10 rules for classroom management, and then I tell them, copy them or write them on your copybook. And is that the way to solve this problem? Or do we involve them in rule making process? Or do we have no rules in the classroom or change the rules frequently? Hala, it's for sure the rules need maybe to be modified from time to time. So which one do you choose? A, B, C, or D? Kindly write the answer in the place where you are watching the platform. Here, I want to advise you something. Let me talk about myself. When I go to the classroom, I tell the students, I show them visually some uh, pictures of things which I take their ideas on them, like the ones that I did with you a little bit before. If you remember, I gave you that figures, these three figures, and I told you what do you think about the three. So I can do that and I can ask the students, what do you think? Is it a correct behavior or no? When you involve the students in the rule making process, they are able to do the rules more, to obey the rules more, or let me say not obey, to follow the rules more. So when the rules are from them, it means a lot to them, more than it means to them if you are the ones who write it. So you can, for example, in my opinion, you can, after you make meeting with them and you write the rules which you both agree on, you can all sign on the cardboard and you can put it in front of them. You can make behavior charts, whatever. This is gonna also improve their behaviors. Now, I want you to look at these three figures and think about the challenges that you have mentioned on the paper, or think about the challenges that you can see in front of you, or about the challenges that you face in the classroom. In the first figure, look at it. What do we see here? We see a boy who's doing classroom distractions. He's annoying his classmates. He's talking in a very high voice, and his classmates, as you can see, they are being annoyed. How can I deal with this? Or let me go back to the other challenge which I can see in the classroom. As you can see, I have different learning styles. I have different, let me say, different habits, or I have different talents, or I have different area of happiness. I don't know. Each student has his own character, so I have diversity of learning. I have differential learning. They are not all in the same level. They don't. I not all. You cannot grab their attention all in the same way. And as for the last one, you know that we have heavy curriculum that we need to present to our kids. And if you look here, we can see that the clock, and this clock is talking about time. And we are working with, when we think about time, we think about, can I do this in a fast way? How can I be able to finish the curriculum on time, and so on. First, it's very important to know that we have a very heavy curriculum to give to the kids, and we need to know how to arrange our time in a way, by an effective and professional lesson plan, where we can make sure that the objectives are being gained by the kids inside the classroom. So it's very important to have professional lesson plan where you have already uh, divided your time in a way which is convenient, and where you can do the active learning for the kids without wasting a lot of time. So if you look at these three figures, in the phase where, as we said, we're talking about the disruptions. In the second one, we're talking about the differential learning, maybe, or diversity of needs, or different learning styles, and so on, which can be a challenging procedure to me. And finally, about time management. Okay, so here I need you to look at these approaches which are given for effective behaviors for the classroom. Look at it. I want to talk about these briefly. Okay, first, when you integrate technology in your classroom, it means you are working on the digital literacy for the kids, which is very important in 21st century skills. If you're looking on the second purple one, you have the scaffolding. When you are breaking down the objectives for the kids, it's easier for them to catch the objective, to practice the objective. It's easier for you to assess their understanding before you move on and on and on, which is very important, okay? To be involved as well. You have to involve the kids. If the kids are not involved in the classroom, this can lead to disruptions. For example, whenever I go and do class observation for my teachers within the classroom, I really, really reject the idea of seeing a student just sitting around and copying from the board. This is not healthy. If he is not involved, he is bored. If he is bored, he's not concentrating. He's not gonna give you the impact that he's not gonna the feedback that you need from him. Okay, so please make them always involved by using, for example, the 5E models, by doing group work. And even for the high achievers, if they finish early, don't let them wait. Give them more tasks. This is gonna, hey, make Socratic questions, for example. When you are always asking the Socratic questions, which mean, what if this happens and not that? Here you're teaching your students to be critical thinkers, and it is very important to use this kind of questions. Socratic questions are really essential for the student learning environment. Okay, it's very important for working on the critical thinking of the students, for working on the creativity of the students, for being able to hold discussions in the classroom. All right, you can tell them stories. It's a way to engage them, by the way. For example, when I'm a mathematics coordinator, when I was a teacher and I want to explain about the parameter, I used to tell the students, for example, I have sheep around me, and these sheep are living in a rectangular farm. But every day, the farmer loses one of the sheep. What can he do to make them safe? So here, the students start thinking about um, um, putting boundaries and so on, and they're going to share their innocent ideas with you until you, by using the Socratic questions, reach with them that, for example, if I have this rectangular farm, I have to put here and here and here and here the fences. So when they reach this, through your questions, you can tell them, okay, then now how many, or what is the total measurement that I need to be able to cover this rectangular farm. And when they reach this, you can tell them that this is the perimeter. And this will make them never forget the basic rule behind the perimeter, basic objective, the conceptual understanding. It's very important for any objective before we start the procedural understanding. All right. So here you can tell personal stories to be able to engage them. You can tell, for example, be an unpredictable teacher. You can have different learning techniques inside the classroom. For example, today we're going to be integrating technology. Tomorrow we're going to be doing group work. Maybe after tomorrow we're going to be doing hands-on activities and so on. You have to understand their areas of interest. You have to understand their learning styles. You have to be positive. You have to praise them. You have to have this rewarding, positive rewarding system with the kids. This will make them more involved in the learning process. So the key strategies to have effective student management, what do you think they are? If you look at the following figures, we can see respect. If you look on the second figure, we see collaboration between the kids. We see maybe group working, discussions with the kids. If you look down on the third and the fourth figure, you see the students are working in groups. They are working together. They have different ideas, and they are trying to take all these ideas to reach another solution. They are combining their ideas. You have here you are teaching them the diversity of thinking, to respect the other's opinion, to collaborate between each other. So there are key strategies that you can be using for effective student management. Before I start telling you the basics which I want to talk about, I will give you a minute to think about what do you think the key strategies are, or what key strategies can be used in order to make our students focused and engaged in the classroom. Because let me repeat this again and again. As long as they are engaged and involved, they are not bored. As long as they are not bored, you are managing their behavior because you are fulfilling their time with effective tasks. So keep this in mind, please. Okay? Yeah, I will give you a few seconds until you finish thinking about what strategies can be used for effective student management. Okay. All right. So when we build excitement in the classroom by doing, I don't know, competitions, group work, being unpredictable, hands-on activities. Believe me, when you include hands-on activities, it's very exciting for the kids. And here, in hands-on activities, you make them more involved. You make them understanding of the material or of the subject that you are explaining before you go to the procedural understanding, and that will make them understand it a lot. So please try to include a lot of hands-on activities within your classroom. What about being a role model? Can I tell the student be, for example, be polite with the kids while I'm not polite with them? Can I tell them, for example, to be honest and I am not honest, and they can see that? Can I tell them, for example, to be positive influencer while I am giving always with them the negative feedback? No.
I have to be a role model. And by role model, I mean that I am someone who is very important for the kids inside the class. When I am treating them the way I want them to treat each other, they will grasp this. I have to have effective communication skills between them. Look at this procedure. When I have effective communication skill between the coordinator and me, I will have effective communication skill between me as a teacher and the student. And when the students see this relation between each other, they will be having effective communication skills. You know that we have a really big impact on their behaviors, on their personalities. Maybe sometimes we're the idol of our students. So I need to take into consideration what I behave in front of them and to be a role model. All right. And finally, as you can see, being integrating technology in education is a very essential task for me as a teacher. We have to integrate technology in education. The students will be more focused because technology right now is everything. We're talking about AI. We're talking about different platforms that can help us. Now I'm explaining for you through technology. It means a lot. It has progressed a lot. We need to give online assignments. We need, for example, to do flip learning. And the procedure, when I do the flip learning, I don't go back to the school next day. I'm telling the students what they have to understand. No, I don't explain. I make them sit in groups. I make them discuss together what they have understood. Here, I'm working on their interpersonal skills, which is very important for them to be able to treat each other, to understand the diversity of opinion, and then they can all explain to me what they have understood. This is called the jigsaw method, by the way. All right. You can include educational online games. There are a lot of amazing websites. For example, in mathematics, there is this website. It's called Cool Math for Kids, where you can work with in a multiplication table with the kids. They have like two cards, and they have a dog, for example, in the middle, and this dog is pushing the card towards him as long as the student is able to answer correctly. And this makes it very engaging for him and very exciting for him to review the multiplication table more, and you're building excitement and learning. So please follow these three. Now, to go to four, we're talking about when we are establishing clear expectations. When they know what's my reaction according to a specific behavior, they will no longer argue with me when I take a specific measure according to their behavior. For example, if the students know that for each three verbal warnings, maybe he's gonna be have a written warning. When you give him the written warning, he's not gonna be arguing with you about it because he knows what to expect. Okay, always let them expect the behavior that they're gonna be having. Always give them praising when they do their good work, or always provide this positive learning environment. Please always maybe you can put the behavioral chart in front of them. Maybe you can give them rewards, reinforcements. Okay, this will make them more engaged, and this will affect also their behavior in the classroom. And one of the most important things is to be consistent. When I am consistent, I am making them uh, able to know what will I be behaving later on, and this will make what I ask them more valuable. Yani, for example, there are lines of communication. Okay, so when I am consistent, they will know what will happen later. Now I want you to think about how to promote the engagement and motivation. To promote this engagement and motivation, we need to think about three things. The technology, which I have mentioned before, and we should agree on this and never forget about that. We should integrate technology in education using the online games, using online competitions, using forums for discussions, using educational games, online games in the classroom, or maybe with like the one that I showed you a little bit before. This is called Koggle.it. You can do this mind map using something which is called Koggle.it. Here you can make a brainstorming with the kids when you are, for example, warming up them about a specific concept. You can do the brainstorming using Koggle.it. Here you are addressing the visual learners as well, not only the auditory learners. All right. So to be able to promote their engagement and to motivate them, you need to have these three: the active learning strategies, the use of technology, and the authentic connection. When I say authentic connections, and please focus on this, it means I am relating what I am explaining to the real life because they need to value the information that they are getting. We hear a lot of this. Why do I need to study this? Why do I need to study that? So when the student knows why is he studying this, he will be able to relate it to real life, and the information that you're giving him is gonna be valuable for him. For example, I'm giving now a lecture or a discussion with you about student behavioral management. This means to you that's why you are here. In fact, if I don't care about this topic, I would not join, I would not participate, I would not share ideas. But when we are here, we are participating because this topic means a lot to us, and the same for the students. If you don't relate it to real life, it will not mean to them. And if it doesn't mean to them, they will not be focusing with you nor engaging with you. So these things are tricks that you can follow to make them involved. Use technology in education. Relate problems to real life and use different active learning strategies. And when I talk about active learning strategies, it means to make maybe hands on activities, think per share, including secret questions, the jigsaw method, which I have just mentioned, by giving different objectives for different groups, and then each group will explain for the others what they understood. And by the end of the different objects, I have ended the lesson. And the lesson was student behavior learning, student learning. So they are the ones who explained. This is a very good example for student-centered learning, the jigsaw method. Use it, please, and read more about it. All right. So, as we said, uh, active learning strategies, authentic connections, and the use of technology are very important to promote the student engagement and to motivate them to learn more with you. Now, I won't make that so long, but here I just want you to know that there are three things that you need to take into consideration as a resource for you to help you as a tool or as a platform that can help you in managing their behaviors. For example, the behavioral chart. We all know the behavioral chart. The behavioral chart are the chart that we put in front of the kid so that he sees his behavior gradually, okay, and he can monitor it and he can maybe control it more in the next time. The classroom management apps where you are able to make communication between the students, where they are able to discuss their ideas, where you are able to manage their behaviors, the way they are talking together and how they are thinking and how can I work on their critical thinking. And finally, about the social emotional learning program. You know, the social emotional learning program is now integrated in most of the schools because it's very important, as I said before, to know the root cause which is affecting the student's social emotional side. So it's very important to integrate these programs while you are trying to manage the student behavior. All right. So I have to keep track of their behaviors. For example, on a behavioral chart, I have to use digital tools to be able to make them collaborate together, to communicate together, and I can track this. I can monitor, I can guide what I want from them. Okay. And finally, I need to implement uh, these programs, which are social emotional learning program, to make the students able to progress more in their emotional side in their life, in their social side in their life. I need you now to take a minute and to look at this scenario. If you look at this kid and at these kids, you see there's a problem here. Here, the problem. I want you to look at it. Okay, so what do you think? How can I behave? So here I give you this scenario, which happens with most of us in the classroom. I have that child, he is always annoying, and how can I be able to deal with him? Maybe his classmates don't want him to sit with them anymore. He's bothering, he's annoying, he's distracting them. So the teacher needs to put a behavioral plan for him with a clear expectation. So let's organize how can we think together. First, I need to observe the problem. After I observe the problem for many times, I need to take an action. Before I take an action, I need to know the root cause behind this. Why is he doing that? Maybe it's directly when you know the cause, you can solve the problem. And then I will move to another step, which is planning the solution, providing support, creating a plan to behavioral plan to how to deal with him. So I need to observe. Then I need to find the root cause behind the action, and then I need to provide a plan. So as you can see in front of you, I have to create a tailored plan for the case that I have. Cases are not the same. Even for example, for I don't know which for any learning difficulty, cases are not the same. So each behavioral plan is written in a way devoted for this student. Okay, I always need to know the root cause behind it. After I know the root cause behind it, I need to provide the solutions. Maybe I need to include the parents, include the school admins, include the coordinators. But the three things which are always needed to be included are the teachers, which are always in contact with him, the parents who can play their part at home, and the school admins, which are able to help me to put their rules with them, to put the plan. Okay, and if I have a special and if I have department and the school that can help me in that. Okay, so sometimes we need counseling or therapies to help change the behaviors of the kid. And here this topic is very essential to be discussed. For example, if a student came to me and tell me, "Hey teacher, I'm being bullied by another student," and this happens for several times. How can I handle this as a teacher? Before I answer, I need you to think about how many times have you seen in the school students who are bullying each other, students who are careless about the feelings of others, students who are maybe bullying, I don't know, cyberbullying or live bullying or hitting or making fun and mocking their friends in the class. So I cannot ignore this action because this affects both. What shall I do? I needed to think about a plan. First, I knew that this student is being bullied. Do I ignore? Do I interfere? If I want to interfere, how do I interfere? Do I talk to the bullier or do I talk to the guy being bullied? What do I do next? Do I tell the parents? Do I tell the admin? What do I do? Is it serious? Do I need to show the kids that this is very important and it should be handled? Or shall I just ignore and continue lessons and continue wherever I want without caring about the kids? Okay, do you see how am I asking you? These questions will help you, will guide you to answer. And this is how I need to do the discussions in my classroom. Okay, this help the student to think, to create solutions. All right, now as we said before, we need to observe, then we need to find the root cause, and then we need to provide the solution and support. If you look at this problem, the bullying problem, when the student came to me, I need to show him that I support him, that I listen to him. In fact, he trusted me. He trusted that I'm gonna be taking behaviors according to this. So I need to show him that what he said to me is important, and I need to show him this because he trusted me. After that, I have to take this issue seriously. I cannot ignore. I cannot ignore. I need to take immediate action. So that's why I should avoid giving any negative comment, but I should try to know the reason behind this bullying. Maybe the student being bullied had some actions that can be changed, and I can tell him that in a very nice way without hurting his feelings. But this doesn't justify for the bullier, because I need to speak to him as well. Then I need to inform the school staff. They need to know that this student is being bullied, and we have to take care of this issue. Otherwise, it would progress more and more. And I need to inform his parents about it. When his parents are able to cooperate with me, I can help both students, for the one being bullied and the one who is bullying. Then I can develop this plan. After I develop this plan, I have to follow up and monitor. But I need to talk to both the bullier and the one being bullied. I have to know what actions is he being bullied on, and I need to know why is the other kid bullying him. How does that feel? I can, for example, make them watch a video in the class without mentioning the bullier and the one being bullied, and show the effect of bullying on students. This can help students to educate themselves about the effect of their actions. Okay, so here what I want from you to do is I need you to know that our role is very important in controlling the student behavior. It's very important to control and to manage how they are thinking, how they are dealing. Okay, this is a brief workshop about the student behavioral management. I need you to think about how important our role is to play a role in changing their behaviors and having clear expectations and everything. It's very beneficial to know how to have a positive environment in front of the kids, and this will help in giving better outcomes for the kids and the environment around you. Here we talked about how important it is, for example, to be calm and try to avoid the power struggles, and to provide a choice to students. Some students, I need to give them choices between two things which I want. And this helped me to give them two choices. Maybe the students sometimes need to feel in charge. So I need to give them two options, for example, that can be both accepted by me and students can choose of them. It depends on the behavior of the student, on the problem or the challenge that I am having with the student. We also mentioned the need for us to be able to adapt the situations, to be having different strategies to grab their attention. And for example, when we are talking about whole brain teaching, I can make the students all together work in the same time. They are always busy together, they are working together, they have no time to waste on waiting the other to finish. No, they are using each minute of time to improve themselves. So we have provided you within this workshop on strategies to support the behavior of the students. Thank you for watching. Thank you for attending. This workshop is very helpful for you to make you know more about student behavior. Kindly take into consideration what we have said. Kindly try to understand the kids more, how to behave with them more, and try to focus more with them on the root cause behind their actions, because here is the challenge, and not finding the solution is that challenge. Okay, thank you so much. Are you still with me, madam? Ma'am? After a while, you're gonna be having the quiz. Thank you for attending. Thank you for being here. Now they're gonna be talking to you about this, and you're gonna be answering the questions. And good luck with that. Remember the quote that we said, and remember everything. Hello.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seeker surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Now, ma'am, it's time for a question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we will back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear RGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and an online quiz competition. Dear RGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Welcome back, ma'am. Welcome back to our participant, dear RGP knowledge seeker. Please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear RGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Ma'am, our first question is from Liu team. What techniques will you use to ensure you remain consistency in enforcing your classroom rules, policies, produces system, and consequences?
Okay, so to be able to ensure that you are consistent in enforcing your classroom rules, policies, procedures, system, consequence, whatever, you need to show the kids that you are consistent with the rules that you have put for them. Yeah, for example, when you tell them each three verbal warnings will turn into written warning, you need to do that. Otherwise, when they take the verbal warnings and they reach the number three, it and you ignore and you're not consistent with that, you teach them that they can, for example, try to clarify more and try to defend themselves, for example. So this will make them not responsible for the actions in the previous time. So what I mean is that when you set clear expectations with them, and you are respecting these rules which you have created between them, here you are consistent because they know what is allowed to happen and what is not allowed to happen as well. Okay, so by being consistent, you have to enforce these rules in this way, and to make them accept the rules and obey them and follow them, you need to create the rules with them. I hope I answered you. If I didn't, please re-ask the question in a different way.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, there is no more questions from our participants. So once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add some
Thank
value
you.
to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you. Yeah. Bye.
Honorable ma'am, before we move to the next, if you want to leave this studio, you can. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Certification process. Visit www.edioagp.com. Please make sure it presents on our website. Find a learning session and get enrolled. After watching commenting part 1, move to the next with the learning test passing mark 80% if passed. Back to the course again to download your certificate. If you retake the course, download your certificate in PDF or GPT. Dear IGP, now let's take a step for the webinar certification process. For your attention, I'm going to share the procedure again. Visit www.edu.igp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a learning session and get enrolled. After watching commenting part 1, move to the next with the learning test passing mark 80% if passed. Back to the course again to download your certificate. If you retake the course, download your certificate in PDF or GPT. Dear IGP Analysis, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is a regular webinar activity. We change a few process for online quiz competition. Note that after live, no one can participate. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Visit www.eduigp.com and sign up or sign in. Without this, you cannot join live quiz competition anywhere. Browse the live quiz button or given link, find the session name and join with your logged website or user account. Click join and wait for a few minutes for others to join and join online live quiz competition. After the quiz, we will issue certificate for top 10 as previously, which you can find on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. With 20 people, we are going to start our quiz session right now. First question is, what are our Sunday student behavior or expectation? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Our next question is, what are your responsibilities regarding student behavioral problems? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 63% people are right here. Our next question is, can SEL program enhance a student's behavioral adjustment? Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Our next question is, SBHIP stand for Student Behavioral Health Incentive Program. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Our next question is, how should you address student behavioral issues with parents? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer and 100% people are right here. Our next question is, dash teacher deal with more student behavioral problems than dash teacher? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 6% people are right here. Our next question is a student behavior referral from students to Mr. Breaker. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 63% people are right here. Our next question is which word set is most reflective of a student behavioral expectation? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Our second last question of the session is where do we go to report a student behavioral program? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Our last and final question of the session is website uses the following school-wide student behavioral management system. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 26% people are right here. Congratulations to our online quiz competition. We are top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professionals. Congratulations to our online quiz competition. We are top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professionals. Congratulations to our online quiz competition. We are top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz company certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition. We are top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz company certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. At the end of our session, we can say properly feed your skill, never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy, stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to go not a people of things Albert Einstein. Before I saw hit the like button, I can also thank all IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.